Libra Land 1010, welcome back everyone. So today this is going to be a very special reading. We're going to get into the deep down, release the hounds, the hunt begins. I was still in the middle of trying to figure out what that channeled message truly meant. And I know many of you commented on that video about what you thought it could be. I had my own feelings about it from the beginning though, and I followed those feelings, and what I found out, my ears ringing, is just amazing, and it's more informative, especially to the people that are into history. Release the hounds, the hunt begins. I heard Egyptian hounds, okay, in regards to these hounds. So we're talking about spirit hounds, the Egyptian hounds, pharaoh hounds. And then I heard in regards to pay attention, Libra, to when dogs bark, there is a city of dogs. We're going to talk about all of this. So this is going to be like a little history Libra lesson, okay? Join me if you're interested. I'm very interested in history, and one of my most interesting uni courses was an in-depth look into art history. Yes. So let's go. We're going to start here. Dogs in ancient Egypt. The dog, as man's best friend, has a long history going back to the ages long before the civilization of ancient Egypt was established. But the Egyptians were among the earliest people to recognize the value of the dog and show their appreciation for its particular skills and talents. I am a dog lover. I grew up with dogs. They're my first and foremost spirit animal in this life, and in many others. Man's best friend, Ashley's best friend, the dog, for sure. Ancient Egypt is well known for its association with cats, but the dog was equally popular and highly regarded. Egyptologist notes that dogs were probably domesticated in Egypt in the pre-dynastic eras, and they served as hunters and as companions for the Egyptians, and some mentioned their hounds in their mortuary texts. An early tomb painting dated to 3500 BCE shows a man walking his dog on a leash in a scene recognizable to anyone in the modern day. The dog collar and the leash were most likely developed by the Sumerians earlier, although evidence for both of these in Mesopotamia appears later than 3500 BCE in objects like a golden Saluki pendant from Ur, dated to 3300 BCE. It is probable, however, that the Sumerians, among their many other inventions, also created the dog collar and leash, since the dog was domesticated earlier in that region than in Egypt. Like Libra, and look at this little dog statue it shows. Just a moment. Look at the little dog statue, and it reminds me of a wishbone. You see the little ring around his eye? Reminds me of a wishbone dog, Libra. Now it gets even more interesting, and now we get into the real deal at 444 on the timer, Libras. Release the hounds, the hunt begins. This is going back to Azrael, the death card. We are in the middle of Scorpio season. The death card. Azrael, Anubis, has entered the chat. Libra. Okay, let's go. Anubis. In ancient Egyptian is the Greek name of the god of death, mummification, embalming, the afterlife, cemeteries, tombs, and the underworld. In ancient Egyptian religion, usually depicted as a canine or a man with a canine head. Let me show you, Libra. See that 555? Okay. So, yeah, we're getting deep now, Libra. Archaeologists have identified Anubis's sacred animal as an Egyptian canine, the African golden wolf. Like many ancient Egyptian deities, Anubis assumed different roles in various contexts. Depicted as a protector of graves as early as the first dynasty, 3100 to 2890 BC, Anubis was also an embalmer. By the Middle Kingdom, he was replaced by Osiris in his role as Lord of the Underworld. One of his prominent roles was as a god who ushered souls into the afterlife. He attended the weighing scale during the weighing of the heart, in which it was determined whether a soul would be allowed to enter the realm of the dead. Despite being one of the most ancient and one of the most frequently depicted and mentioned gods in the Egyptian pantheon, Anubis played almost no role in Egyptian myths. Anubis was depicted in black, once again, black, Scorpio. I just heard recently in another reading, but this makes complete sense, that the stone obsidian is represented by Scorpios, the black stone, the color black, the death card, Scorpio season. Like, this is all tying together so beautifully, Libra. Okay. Anubis was depicted in black, a color that symbolized regeneration, life, the soil of the Nile River, and the discoloration of the corpse after embalming. Anubis is associated with his brother, Wepwawet, another Egyptian god portrayed with a dog's head or in a canine form, but with gray or white fur. Interesting. Historians assume that the two figures were eventually combined. Anubis's female counterpart is Anput. His daughter is the serpent goddess, Kebeshet. I like Kebeshet. Okay, we're going to read about Kebeshet, Libra, because it gets so interesting. Okay, let's keep going though. Anubis is a Greek rendering of the god's Egyptian name. Before the Greeks, because if you remember, if you go back to Release the Hounds, I've still kept the channeling paper from this because I knew I was going to make another reading about it. I knew I was going to find out more, and I did. And I'm relaying it to you now. We got Athens, Greece, in the fall as well in the Energy Oracle card. The Pantheon. Like, or the Parthenon. I forget which one it is. But yes. Like, what? Okay. Before the Greeks arrived in Egypt, around the 7th century BC, the god was known as Anpu or Inpu, The root of the name in ancient Egyptian language means a royal child. Inpu has a root to INP, which means to decay. The god was also known as the first of the Westerners, lord of the sacred land, he who is upon his sacred mountain, ruler of the 9 bows, the dog who swallows millions, master of secrets, he who is in the place of embalming, and the foremost of the divine booth. The positions that he had were also reflected in the titles he held. Okay. Let's keep going. In Egypt's early dynastic period, Anubis was portrayed in full animal form with a jackal head and body. A jackal god is depicted in stone inscriptions and other pharaohs of the first dynasty. Okay. Interesting. It's talking about fighting like with like. A jackal. Okay. In the Old Kingdom, Anubis was the most important god of the dead. He was replaced in that role by Osiris during the Middle Kingdom. In the Roman era, which started in 30 BC, tomb paintings depict him holding the hand of deceased persons to guide them to Osiris. The parentage of Anubis varied between myths, times, and sources. He was portrayed as a son of Ra. Wow. Anubis could also be the son of either the cow goddess or the cat-headed goddess, Bastet. I hope I pronounced that right. Another tradition depicted him as the son of Ra and Nephthys. The Greek Plutarch, which I don't think the Greek, I don't know. They stated that Anubis was the illegitimate son of Nephthys, Nephthys, and Osiris, but that he was actually adopted by Osiris's wife, Isis. Protector of tombs. In contrast to real wolves, Anubis was protector of graves and cemeteries. Yeah. Necropolis. I heard that in another reading too, Libra. The necropolis. Lord of the sacred land, which designates him as the god of the desert necropolis. Embalmer. Okay, he who presides over God's booth, in which booth could refer either to the place where embalming was carried out or the pharaoh's burial chamber. Oh, because it's like a booth. They're placed in like this booth. It's glass encasing? The divine booth. What? Guide of souls. By the late pharaonic era, Anubis was often depicted as guiding individuals across the threshold from the world of the living to the afterlife. Though a similar role was sometimes performed by the cow-headed Hathor, Anubis was more commonly chosen to fulfill that function. Greek writers from the Roman period of Egyptian history designated that role as that of the psychopump, a Greek term meaning guide of souls. Oh, this is interesting. Hermes has also been coming up in Libra's readings as holding that caduceus staff. I'm using my hands a lot and I'm not showing you guys any cards right now. We're going to get out the Egyptian tarot in just a moment, Libra. I'm just really intrigued in this history lesson right now and why these characters, these gods, these goddesses, these cards are continually coming out for you in Scorpio season, Libra. Weighing of the heart. Guardian of the scales. This is your connection to Libra and Scorpio. Like, guardian of the scales. The critical scene depicting the weighing of the heart in the Book of the Dead shows Anubis performing a measurement that determined whether the person was worthy of entering the realm of the dead. By weighing the heart of a deceased person against Ma'at, or truth, who was often represented as an ostrich feather, Anubis dictated the fate of souls. Souls heavier than a feather would be devoured by Amit, and souls lighter than a feather would ascend to a heavenly existence. Interesting. Okay, let me press pause. I gotta find the part about his daughter. One last thing. I'm not finding the City of the Dogs. I'm not even finding the same information on Wiki that I found the other day searching for myself. That was like continuously blowing my mind, but it is what it is. Let me share this really quick before we talk about Anubis's daughter and the royal child. For when Isis found out that Osiris loved her sister and had relations with her in mistaking her sister for herself, and when she saw a proof of it in the form of a garland of clover that he had left for Nephthys, she was looking for a baby because Nephthys abandoned it at once after it had been born for fear of Seth. And when Isis found the baby helped by the dogs, which with great difficulties led her there, the dogs led her to the baby that had been abandoned. The dogs helped the baby. Okay. Beautiful. Like, I was not aware of this story. Okay. She raised him, and he became her guard and ally by the name of Anubis. So Isis found him. So he is actually the baby of Osiris and Nephthys. Well, according to that myth or legend, shall we say. This is so interesting. Okay. Osirian pantheon. Cabochet, not cabochette. Cabochet in Egyptian mythology was the daughter of Anubis and his wife Anput, or Anpu, or Anpe, or... Okay, Cabochet, though, is so interesting to me. Her name refers to the embalming liquid. Her name means cooling waters. Cabochon was thought to give water to the spirits of the dead while they waited for the mummification process to be complete. She was probably related to mummification, where she would fortify the body against corruption. Cooling water, Cabochon, Anubis, and the city of the dogs. Let's see here. Scorpio season. This is also interesting to me, and I'm sorry I couldn't find the exact text I did yesterday. That really blew my mind, but it's all so mysterious now. It's not letting me like find any of the same articles I read yesterday. So let's put that up and get into the cards, shall we? Libra at 21 minutes. Thank you guys. Okay, let's get into the cards. Egyptian Tarot. Let's go. The Sun. Shuffle 3 times. Messages for Libra at this time. We're in the middle of Scorpio season. 2021. The World. Look at her playing the harp. Being creative, inspiring the world, Libra. And being seen as an inspiration. Inspiration to many. Yeah, victory. 6 of Wands up on the world stage. We can't make it up. Okay. Libra. Messages for Libra during Scorpio season. Thank you, Spirit. There's a lot of energy in these cards. Messages for Libra. Messages for Libra. Did you see that? It's like half the cards wanted to fly out of the deck, and now it's like they're so selective. This Egyptian tarot is very precise. Knave of Swords. Look at you, scribe. I'm telling you what, many of you were scribes, and many of you are meant to be authors in this life. The Magician at the bottom. Magi, powerful Libras. What else for Libras? The Scribes, the Divine. What else for Libras? The Knight of Pentacles and the Knave of Wands. Even if you are a young grasshopper or a young Yoda, Libra, okay? Spirit wants you to keep going. I just heard you have the ability, you have the abilities. Knight of Pentacles. Use what you're learning from Spirit to keep moving forward. You're going to be shown a path, but also the paths you create. Being a trailblazer, Libra. Embracing your youthful energy here with these pages. The Knave of Wands and the Knave of Swords. Both of them are scribing. This is serious, Libra. Look at this. And the one in between them was on a white horse. Like the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, it's a long, hard road for Libras, but you must keep going. I heard arcane knowledge, Libra. Okay, wow. Both of the scribe cards came out. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. Many of you could make a lot of money sharing your stories, sharing what you know, what you've learned, Libra. Write it down. Something about writing it down is so important for Libra. What else? Top card. A Hierophant. Yes, the knowledge is there. Temperance. Libra. Arcane knowledge. Higher knowledge. I said it, and the Hierophant's like, you rang? (26:26) on the clock. The divine has entered the chat, Libra. You're going to be a very popular person. I'm just going to tell you that. At the bottom of these two decks that I pre-shuffled for this reading, before I realized I really should be using the Egyptian Tarot, since we talked about so much Egyptian history. The Sun and the Daughter of Swords. So you got the Page of Swords out twice. You are very much looked upon for what you know. You're going to be shining in the coming months, in your very near future. You're going to have a lot of people reaching out to you, Libra. Very popular with the Sun card. Spotlight energy. All eyes on me. Libra. Let's look up 2323, angel number, really quick, and we'll get back into the cards. Libra. It is a message from your angels to trust your partner or to trust in yourself, that you will find that partner that balances you out. Aww. Relationships are established on pillar numbers. What? Do you see the card I'm holding? Do you see what the Hierophant is sitting in between, Libra? Did you notice that as I held this card, I said 2323? Look at this. Libra. Relationships are established on pillar numbers, and 2 is one of those numbers. I mean, now we have the pillars of this higher knowledge entering your realm and story, Libra, this week. What else for Libra? Woo, thank you. 3 of Wands with the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Wands at the bottom. Woo, talk about celebration with the 3 and the 9. I mean, 3 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Your ships are arriving, Libra. November 2021. Nine of Cups, your table is set. You have a surplus of abundance and enough to share arriving, Libra, with this Three of Wands and Nine of Cups. Power of creation, Ace of Wands. What you're creating right now is powerful. What you're creating, Libra, is powerful. It has the ability to reach millions, a billion, billions. That's a lot. But I see this Star card and I see this Queen of Cups and Justice. All right, we'll take those three. These are the three cards I saw. Justice, Queen of Cups, and the Star. Look at that beautiful Justice card, Libra. Let's just focus in on that for a minute. The scarab beetle, the jewel beetle, has a special meaning for you. Look at her holding up that sword so strong. And this Queen of Cups and Star. There's a mirror over top of the Star card, and there's a scale. Look at this. That looks like a mirror, and it looks like the horizon, Libra, and then the water down here. Half water, half air, plus the power of the star behind it. Interesting. And half water, half air, and the power of the star behind it. What? As these three cards came out together, the star behind it, the Star card, the power of water, the Queen of Cups. She's holding a huge chalice, Libra, with the power of the air. She's holding the powerful sword and the scales of justice. What? Libra, what? You see the little scale here right there? And then look, she's holding them right here. See the lions in there? See the bird? Beautiful colored wings. You see the god that stands behind her? Mott? Like, what? Libra. Wow. Strength. The Devil, the Four of Wands. Something you've had to be very strong about. The Moon. Mystery. You didn't know. You didn't know if you were going to make it out. And you did. The Six of Wands. Freaking victory. Wow. Libra. This Ace of Wands wants to be seen again. I just cut the deck. Can we get one advice card from each of these decks? From the Wizard's Tarot and then the Hoodoo Tarot. One advice card. Libra. Nope, that's too many. Archangel Michael. Knight of Swords with the Page of Wands. Pursuing your passions, Libra. Moving forward, not letting anyone stop you or slow you down. Is what I read from those two cards. One card. Whoa. Did you see that fly? The wind of change is blowing in for Libra. Fast and furiously. Five of Swords, Libra. This battle that you've won may be bittersweet, but the truth will be told. Okay. Ace of Sticks, Ace of Wands there. Jeez, Libra. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Whole world in his hands. Wow, Libra. 5 of Coins here. This is about cleansing. 2 5s number. 2 5s. 5 of Swords. 5 of Coins. Okay, once this truth comes out about these deceptive people around Libra, okay, and you're left to pick up the pieces, Libra, because you're going to be the one left to pick up the pieces with this 5 of Swords. I just had a chill on my scalp. It'll be time to cleanse yourself of these energies, ridding yourself of any past demons I just heard, or energy vamps, whatever the case here, Libra. You're going to need to cleanse it out. Off and away these energies go. King of Swords. Have no fear. Father of Knives. Let's read about this Father of Knives for you, Libra. The Father of Knives is the quintessential dominant male. If you don't have this person in your life right now, Libra, this person is getting ready to enter. For those that are wanting to be in a relationship with a masculine, this could be a King of Swords, but also I'm hearing this is a grandfather in spirit. Father of Time. This is a grandfather in spirit that is looking out for many Libras, including myself. Shout out to my granddad. The Father of Knives is the quintessential dominant male. He is assertive, intellectual, ethical, analytical, mature, and a just leader. Wow. Oh my gosh. This masculine in spirit is done with someone messing with you in the physical world, Libra. Listen, the Father of Knives is standing outside of a circle of cornmeal with a knife stuck in the centerpiece. Okay, so that's not a basket. That's a circle of cornmeal with a knife stuck in the centerpiece. There are broken timepieces inside the circle with the big hands pointing to the numerological value of a person's name. Oh my gosh, their life path number. What is it? What number is it? Oh my gosh, what number is it? The numerological value of a person's name. Okay, on all the clocks, Libra, on 2 of the clocks, it has number 9. So this person's life path, that this grandfather in spirit, or that your spirit guides that are coming through this reading, they're done with this person. This person could have a life path number 9, number 7, or number 5. That's what the clocks, their times on the card say to me. Wow. Their time annoying him is now up. Their time annoying your spirit guides and your ancestors, Libra, is up. That's what this 5 of Knives, this 5 of Swords is coming out. Wow, and look what's behind the Father of Knives, a divine pair. We also have a grandmother in spirit, Mother of Knives. She's a bibliomancer. This woman gave me motivation to channel and read out of the Bible. Father and a mother here, Libra. Wow. I hope you guys found this reading interesting. I really did. I found it most interesting, and I couldn't find exactly the same thing I read yesterday about, but I just wanted to cut the deck. And the Ace of Wands. What is this Ace of Wands for Libra? You're so powerful, Libra. The beginning of an undertaking, initiative, creativity. Libra, you've been initiated. The beginning of an undertaking, creativity. They're paying attention. You also have a Pisces here, this Hanged One. And a High Priestess. Wow, double Piscean energy in your energy field. Queen of Swords behind that. Two of Swords behind her. Libra. Who's this Pisces? I have no idea. If this reading helped you or you found it interesting, give me a big thumbs up so I can reach more Libras here on YouTube. Thank you so much to the people that have subscribed to Libraland. I love you, Libras. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart chakra. Stay balanced, stay blessed. Until next time, peace.